I sold Morgan Stanley only because it was underperforming and I like some of the other names a little bit better. So I've got JP Morgan still, I've got Citi, I've got Bank of America. I've had those for a while. Here's the thing, Scott. When you really look at it, go back 4 or 5 years ago. Pharmaceutical names were doing absolutely nothing. Pfizer, Merck, I've been holding those. I went back, I looked. I bought those back in 2013. So I've had these stocks for quite a long period of time. Look at the run they've had over the last 2 years. When I look at the financials right now, I think they're poised for something similar. They had the big run the previous year. This year, absolutely no performance. We all know that. But I wouldn't want to leave these names because why? The fundamental story is fantastic for these names, I think. I look at the growth. I look at the balance sheets. They're completely different than they were 2007, 2008.
The financials?
Yes. So for that reason, I think...
Well, you better hope rates don't just fall right back. Because if rates start to fall right back, the bank's gains are going to fall right back.
I don't see that happening.
I know. How many times have we said that? It was like we were over 3% before.
True. But I do believe we're close to inflation levels. That the problem with the Fed being reactionary rather than leading is if you get a big spike in inflation, then instead of going 50 bips, 25 bips, they go 50. So I think that's the risk of the market continues to be inflation.
Financials are on pace for their third straight day of gains.
They are.
Right?
I'm happy
KRE is poised to break its 8-day losing streak.
Yeah. So I bought Blackstone yesterday afternoon. I want some more exposure. I want to take an opportunity in the financials. Evercore, Blackstone, KKR. Those are three names in the financial sector, non-related to the investment banking side, more private equity, which is incredibly hot right now. There is that search for yield out there. So that's why I added. And I'll just add, as it relates to the financials and the potential, I think what we're not pricing in, what's not priced into the market is, let's say the Republicans hold the House. Let's say the Republicans hold the Senate. I think at that scenario, financials are going to do incredibly well because you're going to get the regulatory relief that the financial sector has been looking for.
Yeah, Michael, you're still, 10% or so for bank stocks off their highs?
Yeah, I mean, the way I would characterize it,
one day doesn't a good trade make.
They bounced where they had to. The banks were oversold, and they kind of needed to bounce here to sort of, get people from saying something bigger is going on here. Europe maybe stabilizes for a day, and all the rest of it. They have not shown you that they're great plays on this environment for one reason or another. I don't know if there's less leverage to a hot economy because of all the capital they're holding, and because there's competition on the deposit side. Prime money market funds, 2% right now. Those small cap financials have to bid for deposits. It's not all great.
There's competition on the lending side as well.
Right, sure.
Erin, you own the financials?
No, so we're actually not overweight the financials anymore. I think you're exactly right that they just haven't proven to play out the way that you would have expected them to in a rising rate environment. I'm also a little bit skeptical of what actual regulatory reform can get done, even in the unlikely case that the Republicans sweep. I think you will see some regulatory relief, and that's going to come through the administration and oversight by the Fed. But I think that's on the margin. It will help some of the regionals more than it's going to help, the industry at large. But in terms of legislative change that's going to help the financials, I just don't see it happening in this administration.